Today's Saturday, June 13th, and me and Jim have decided to, instead of going out into the woods looking for some cellar holes, we just scored a permission for a house that was built in 1809. The gentleman that owns the property told me that prior to this house being built, there was a cabin somewhere on this site, somewhere on this piece of land. They're not sure where it was, but the deed and the historical paperwork of this place states that the original owners of this house had a cabin, which they ended up using some supplies to start this house with, and eventually the cabin went to no longer being of existence, and they moved everything into this house that you see behind me. Jim is already up and around that way in the front yard of the house. I'm going to be working the side yard for now, but on the other side of the driveway there are two enormous fields that have just been mowed, just been hayed, and we have free realm to go up and go through there as well today to see if we can find any relics. I can already hear Jim beeping away over there, so I'm gonna grab my stuff. I'm gonna join in the fun, and if we find anything, I'll be sure to show you guys. So stick around, stay tuned, and it should be a good day. Hope you guys enjoy. Well, right off the bat, I dug that. It's an old pewter eating utensil. I would assume it was a spoon. I found a lot of eating utensils like this. Big wide handle. And you can see it's clearly broken off at the end there. But my second target, digging in there, I just popped out a bunch of lantern parts. Now, I'm sure some of you know, if you clean that off, sometimes you can get the patent date off the little knob there. I mean, it's not the spectacular kind of relics, but it shows some age, and it shows that there's stuff left here in the ground. We're going to continue on and see what else the day brings. So I've joined Jim here in the front yard. There's a lot of trash. I came over here with the F75. I had a 77-78 really close to the surface. And I believe I just hit a silver coin. Oh my God, please be something good. Please be something good. That's definitely... Dude, that's silver. What is that?
Oh, yeah.
It says 1 dime on the back, buddy. That's either barber or seated.
It says 1 dime?
Yep. That's either barber or seated. Oh, what is that? That's a... Dude, it's a seated. It's a seated dime. I can see it right there.
Oh, wow. What year?
Oh, I'm not going to wipe it. Let me get some water on this guy's hair. Actually, you can probably see it right here. I think that says 1891. If that's a seated dime, that's my third ever seated dime.
Wow.
Right there. Let me get some water to this guy's, and I'll show you what it looks like all cleaned up. Finally on an old silver coin. Well, I didn't have any water, so I had to give it the old mouthwash. But there it is, guys. 1891 seated dime. Man, that sun is bright today, but if we're pulling stuff like this out of the ground, we don't care. Oh, I'm so thrilled. This is great. It's been a long time since I pulled out any old silver, and that right there is an oldie. So I'm going to get right back to it, and let's see if there's any more of these. Hopefully they're bigger. Well, me and Jim are spending some time here in this, I would believe it to be actually the front or the side part of the house. Where I first came in, it looked like there were steps leading up. Maybe it was originally the front end of the house, but now because the road, as you can see, is right behind me, I think they've turned this into the front of the house. But I want to give you guys an idea of what this ground looks like, so take a look at this. That seated dime came from right over there, but all along the way here, there is, I mean, I could literally fill up my pockets with all this old glass, all this old pottery, bricks. There's pieces of brick over here, right here. There's more pottery, porcelain. I mean, it's just, the ground is absolutely saturated with it. So the good thing is that there's probably a lot of targets, as you just saw with that seated dime, that even if someone has been here before, which the landowner thinks there's only been one other person here before us, I don't know how many years ago, but even if they were here before, there's no way that they picked this ground clean. I also want to mention, just like I mentioned in a lot of my videos, I don't always show the building or the house of the land that we're searching, you know, due to privacy reasons and just out of respect for the landowners. I don't want to, you know, be sharing their private information or their private, you know, address, or, you know, there might be some landmarks around, anything like that. I don't want to put any of that stuff onto YouTube, so I always respect that. Unfortunately, this beautiful house will probably be torn down within the next year or two because it just costs way too much money to maintain for the landowner, and he's thinking about building a house a little bit down that way. So unfortunately, this piece of history right here will probably be lost in the next year or two. So Jim and I are going to do whatever we can possible to try to find as many relics out of this land that we can before they come and bulldoze this all down. Got a nice little penny tone right here. It wasn't that deep. I scooped it real quick, popped the plug over there. There's nothing in here, so I do know it's somewhere over in here. And it's not a penny. What is that? We have an old D buckle. Nice old brass buckle, probably some horse tack or something. As you see, we find a lot of these. Pin would have gone there, swiveled there, but iron rusts away over time and no longer exists, so especially on these relics. We're on some good relics, and as you've seen, some coins today as well, so I'm not going to waste any more time, get right back to it, see what else we can find. Well, I always have to throw something into these videos for you. I'm stumped. What do you guys think? That's iron, and it was used for something. For what? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, and like always, we'll learn together. Well, we think we're on something good here. Jim just dug this hole fighting this root, but is it out of the hole?
Yeah, it's out of the hole. I don't know what it is yet.
See, I told yeah, I see green. I knew that was going to be
Oh, no.
Just based on that tone, I knew that was going to be a copper.
Oh, man.
That solid, that 82, 83 solid on that F75. I mean, 90% of the time, that's a nice copper coin, and it was nice and crisp. Well, get it, buddy.
It picked that right up.
Oh, yeah, that's an old copper. What kind of copper coin is that? Can you tell?
Man. I have no idea.
Can I look
Let me get in the sun here for a second.
Good job, buddy.
I can't believe it. Makes me want to go back and dig that target there deep.
Can we tell what it is?
I can't yet. There is an impression right there.
Are you able to wipe that dirt at all? I mean, you don't.
I don't want to do it while it's wet.
You don't need to scrub it. It looks like a matron. Could be very wrong.
Ooh, what is that? Look at that hair.
Can I see that?
I see some hair going. That looks different.
No, you're looking at it wrong, Jim. That's one. Oh. It says 1 cent. That's going to be a really sweet coin because I can see how it's really thick, but see how crisp that wreath is. Yeah, I think. I mean, obviously, we're not going to rub it right now to see the date, but
that is so sweet.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
There you go, buddy. You're on a copper for today.
You want to see that bale seal? I don't think there's any writing on the bale seal I found earlier, but it's definitely a solid.
Yep. Well,
no writing on it though.
Oh, there might have been right there at one point. There might have been some.
I never get writing on those, but they're.
Did you get anything else? Didn't you get a button or something over in the front yard?
Yeah, my very first target of the day was pretty much a surface find. It's green. It needs to be clean, and a big old dandy button.
That's awesome. Yeah, he said that there was another guy here at one point searching, but clearly he didn't do a good enough job, and here you are banging out relics. And like I said before, man, when you get on those relics and coins, man, you really find them really well.
I'm really digging that machine right now.
Yeah.
But I have a lot more confidence when I'm with you when I'm using it though.
Yeah, it's awesome watching you dig that. But hey, you wanted a copper today, and you're on it, buddy. Good job.
Whew.
Right
Damn,
here.
That is awesome.
How's the day going for you, bud?
A lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely been a good day so far.
Yeah, we've been pulling out some pretty cool relics, and as you saw, Jim got that large cent. We just don't know what year it is. I got that seated Liberty dime, which I mean, my day was made right off the bat.
I know, that was stunning there.
We are actually going to make our way into this side yard right here of the house itself, and basically it's where I first started this morning, where you guys saw me pull out a piece of a lantern and that pewter spoon handle. So what do you say, Jim?
Let's hit it.
You ready to get back to digging?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get back at it. You guys stay tuned and we'll show you what we find. I see you're over here still working this little corner. He hollers out, I have something special. Oh man, I see what I see what it is.
Check out that.
Well, you know what that means, Jim.
It's an official episode.
That indeed it is. This happens from time to time. Digging here, took out the plug, start probing around, can't find it. Swing over the hole again. And there's my relic. Little old buckle. Again, that iron pin is long gone. And that's all we're left with. This side yard really isn't producing too much, but we're going to keep at it, see what else comes out. So right there, pop that. And right over there, just pop that one. Probably went on the, I would say the same bridle setup. Horse tack. I mean, it's not gigantic, so that's what I'm going to assume. I do have other targets around here, so perhaps there's more, but it's pretty cool. Back-to-back buckles. And just as I suspected, there's buckle 1, 2, and right out of there, pop buckle 3. So all different sizes and about the same. I mean, they look somewhat identical, so I'm just wondering if there was a harness or something that had fallen off and just rotted away over time, because adjacent to the house, there's the old barn structure right here. The wall goes all the way in there and it drives all the way down there, and there's some center structures as well. But yep, 3 buckles back to back to back. I'll take them.
Hey buddy.
What's up, Jimbo?
You got a new set of wheels. I got a set Thursday, and now I got a new set today. These are the Hot Wheels 77.
That's
Some
a nice
kid
one.
Was out here playing, having a great time.
Yeah? Where'd you find that? Over in the yard?
Right over in front of underneath the porch there, where they're bringing stuff in and out.
Yeah, that's cool.
I bet this house was a lot different in 77.
Oh, I'm sure. You have a whole bunch of stuff today.
Nice bullet. It's not Civil War, but it's
older.
It's definitely older. You don't find those very often.
I really gotta start studying up on these old bullets.
Well, I mean, it may be more modern, but it's definitely got some age to it. It's white.
Well, with a lot of the things that we're pulling out of the ground here, who knows? Jim and I decided to take a break and get some water, but we cleaned up its coin. It dried up pretty good. That's a braided hair large cent, 1847. It's a good looking coin right there. And I know Jim's very happy about that one. We're going to finish up our break, get back to it, and see if we can find any more of these. So with this permission, it's a very large permission. We have been invited to come back pretty much as many times as we want. We just have to send the gentleman a text to let him know we're on our way up. And we pretty much have free realm for the entire property. We have been working down that way for the better part of the morning into the afternoon, and these giant fields are calling our name. This is the area that I'm talking about. So this field actually goes up over where Jim's heading, and it goes all the way back to the tree line, all the way up to where that giant maple is standing by itself there. And then on the other side, there's a stone wall, or used to be a stone wall that came right down through here, leading to the other side of the property. There's a giant field there as well that goes all the way up. It actually goes further than where that maple is. It kind of hooks up and around all the way to that tree line. So there is a ton of property here for us to search. And knowing that we can come back at any time, we have a lot of land to cover. Therefore, we don't want to spend the entire day at one location. So we made our way out here. We're going to pop around different areas throughout these fields, try to find those pockets of relics, maybe some coins, at least try to find some iron patches to show where people were way back when. And hopefully we find some good stuff. Well, these fields, as you can tell, aren't really panning out all that well. I mean, there's a lot of modern trash. I mean, the only thing of any age that I got was this piece of lead. As you can tell, it's really easily manipulated here. Yeah. Jim, what have you done over here at all? Anything?
Yeah, my first target was a modern bullet.
Yeah.
Second target.
Yeah.
Third target.
Well, you got some age there.
Fourth target.
Oh. Uh-oh. What we got here? A modern quarter. Yeah. You found something out here.
Yeah, I'm 25
so,
search, sure.
I mean, as you guys can tell, you know, we're really working for it. We're climbing up these hills and all over the place, but it doesn't go without a reward. Mount Monadnock, right over there. And I mean, the view from here is absolutely spectacular. Absolutely. This would be a place to put a house for sure. We're gonna get back at it as a dragonfly is zipping around. I've heard they're good luck, Jim. What do you think? Dragonflies good luck?
I hope so.
I hope so too. So there's a break in the wall right over here. We're gonna creep over back to that other field. We're gonna work our way back down to the house and probably call it quits once we get down there. So we'll try to pull out a couple more relics for you guys, but I don't think it's really looking so hot right now up in these fields, but we're gonna do our best and probably call it quits here shortly. There's something unique. At first, I thought it was like a tube of something, but that's one solid piece, and I believe that's brass. You guys know what that is? Maybe that was a cap that screwed onto the top there at one point, but I don't know. As always, leave a comment below. Let me know if you know what this is. I've never seen anything like it. Well, it's been a day. How'd you do?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Happy about today.
You got some relics. You got that old arc scent.
Yep.
You got that little matchbox, a 77 hot rod.
Yep. Little old bullet, lead seal, and some other whatever else. A button. Yeah.
Button. Yep. I got that seated dime, which was amazing. A few other relics that you guys have seen along the way. We gave it our best up in these fields, but they just weren't having it. So as you can tell, our eyes, these allergies and the season and everything with the pollen going on right now, it's ridiculous. So we've about had enough of it. We're gonna pack all up and head on home, call it a day, but I think it was a good one again.
Absolutely. Never a bad one.
If you guys haven't already, head on over, check out Jim's channel, Hampshire Digger. He's over there digging bottles, and you've been out detecting too, haven't you?
Yeah, every day.
You're gonna see Jim out here with me a lot on all these adventures, as always, so
Absolutely.
I look forward to a good long summer with you, bud.
Absolutely. Fall, winter, hopefully too.
Hopefully. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for our future adventures together. And until next time, happy hunting.